Okay, hello guys, welcome back to chapter 19. I said 18 with the 19. I had to edit a voiceover, hopefully that sounded fine. It was quick, I didn't want to have to work on that because I wanted to get this one out too, so those of you who are fine with whatever I was doing, and I was recording 18 for the first time, if you are fine with that very crappy recording, I don't even know why I posted it. It was late, and like I wasn't really focusing on that stuff. So here's chapter 19, not 20. I'll try to maybe I can get 20 out today. But yeah, here we go. Mastermind Rise of Anarchy, written by Clouds. My head in the clouds, not coming down. Read by Green Amateur. Chapter 19. All that glitters. Summary. Forget about the students. Are the heroes okay? Shota stayed behind in the staff meeting and waited till all the teachers had left before walking up to Nezu. I have some concerns about some of my students. He felt weird saying that he had concern about his students. Of course he had a few concerns about his students. They had one of their classmates turned into a villain and another few dropped out, all while trying to adjust to the fact that their plans for the future had been turned entirely on their heads. Of course they were having issues. It was ridiculous to think they wouldn't. The fact reminded, though, he was their teacher and it was his responsibility to help them the best he could. Mizu nodded and gestured for him to sit back down. Of course. Your students have been through quite a bit in the past year or so, haven't they? You could say that again, Shota groaned. And I thought I had it bad when I was a student. So, Nezu took a sip of his tea. Which students are you worrying about? All of them, Shota murmured. Let's start with Bakugo. I'm sure you know he's disappearing sometimes. Mostly at night. Technically, it's not against the rules since we can't hold students hostage or anything, but it's still concerning. One, because I have no idea if he's just walking around or being a public nuisance. Two, because a kid his age needs sleep and Bakugo's sleep schedule could use the healthiest in class. Ah, Nezu said. Yes, I understand why you would be concerned. So what do you propose? Well, I want to talk to the kid, Shota said. But I've already tried that and he avoided the question like the plague, which didn't make me any less concerned, obviously. I made the mistake of calling his parents, but they seemed terrified of the kid, and I didn't want to push and make things worse. Thank you for bringing me your concerns, Nessie said. For now, it seems like the most logical course of action is to keep an eye on the situation, perhaps push a little more as it progresses. But of course you already knew that. That doesn't mean I have to like it, Shota complained. My next problem student is Uraraka. Really? Nezu took another sip of his tea. I would have thought she would have been the least of your worries. She's been making massive strides in her training. That's what worries me. Shota glared at him. You know how I got after Shirikumo died. I poured everything I had onto training just to numb the pain and push everyone away. Uraraka has been doing the same thing I did, except on steroids. At this rate, she's either going to burn herself out or burn all of her bridges, or both. Oh, I'm not too worried, Nezu said, waving away his concerns. Children are quite resilient, you know. Perhaps she'll surprise you. Shota stopped and stared at him. You're joking, right? Quite contrary. Nezu turned his gaze calmly. I believe that if Mastermind's rapid rise to power has taught us anything, I think that it's youth that are capable of much more than we think. It's a traumatic response, Shota argued. She's been doing all this to numb her pain instead of processing everything the hell class has been through in the past year. It's unhealthy. Perhaps you should trust your students more, Eraser, Nezu countered. How are you even expecting them to grow into capable young heroes if you second-guess all of their decisions? Shota froze. Things clicked into place. You're encouraging this. Nezu shrugged. I always encourage my students to do their best. You know that. He shook his head. No, it's more than that. You're the one that gave her permission to patrol without a supervising hero. What are you even trying to accomplish? You really think I would have other motives when it comes to my own student's body? Nezu sounded genuinely offended. I'm simply trying to do what is best for my students and for society at large. If that involves leading them into a certain direction to help them fulfill their potential, then it is my duty as an educator to do so. Society? What are you even? Shota's eyes widened in horror. You're, you, you, you're making her into another Hawks? Don't be ridiculous! Nezu rolled his eyes. I am making her into what society needs, and what society needs right now is hope. Shota knew that he should feel angry. He did feel angry. But right now it was buried under a thick blanket of numb shock. You're making her into a target. I am making her into a hero, Nezu said firmly. And it is not as if I'm forcing her down this path. Every step she's taken so far, she has taken on her own. I am simply making sure that the path is clear for her. I do not know why you're wasting so much energy trying to convince yourself that I'm the villain, when the League is still out there, poisoning the hearts and minds of the next generation. Now, shouldn't you be off helping guide your students into the heroic path? The dismissal was clear, and Shota found himself leaving the principal to his strategies. He had been sinking realized the villains weren't the only ones with access to poison. Oyama blinked at the outfit he had been given to put on. He knew that the glitter Oyama blinked at the outfit he had been given to put on and knew that his glitter had become a bit less dazzling than usual. Dropping out of UA had been the right decision, of course, and he had not regretted it once. Within his natural beauty and flawless face, it had not taken long for him to sign a modeling contract, a much preferable career that would allow him to dazzle in public with his natural sparkle without drawing strangers to it light like moths. And he had been even more successful than he'd planned. But, of course, his journey in the spotlight had barely begun, so he couldn't afford to be a prime donna, which was highly unfortunate considering the designer's most recent outfit choice. He held the hanger at arm's length. What did you say the inspiration was, monsieur? Heroes and villains. The designer grinned and snapped his notebook shut. It's perfect, it's perfect, and a timely blend of politics and art. Don't you think? It's thought-provoking. Are the heroes really heroes? Are the villains really villains? What if the villains had been the heroes all along, and vice versa? Isn't it exciting? Oh yeah, of course. But Oyama couldn't take his eye off the outfit. The black suit could almost pass as a casual daily wear, but the mask-like collar attached was clearly a homage to the symbol of evil himself. Don't you think it's poor taste, mon ami, glorifying a murderer like this? The shockest factor is really what makes our collection memorable on the runway, the designer insisted, and what people remember to buy. Besides, villain merch has been all the rage these days. Wage even did an article about it. Now go out there and stir your stuff and show everybody what true power is. Oyama bit his lip, but the designer walked away to scold another model before he had the chance to say anything else. He looked at the outfit again. It wasn't really ugly now that he had a moment to adjust the model, right? It was like he had to support what he was wearing, just to make it look magnificent. He sighed and made his way behind the curtain to change. This was going to make for an interesting showcase. Are we sure about this plan? Pixie Bob asked. I want revenge. The same, all of us. I totally do. But we gotta be sure. Because once we go down this path, there's no coming back from this, guys. There's no coming back from death either, Mandalay snapped. The League is willing to murder, lie, steal, and manipulate anything that gets in their way. Do you really think we stand a chance against them if we stay all high and mighty? Grow up! Now, Mandalay. She wasn't trying to argue with that, Tiger said calmly. Someone will have to sully themselves to make sure these monsters are destroyed. But the question still remains whether it should be us. I don't have anything left to lose. Ragdoll's voice was quiet. That made them all stop. I don't have my quirk. I don't have a career. I'm lumped in with Mastermind, for God's sake. I'm already going down. But at least I want to drag them down with me before I hit rock bottom. There was silence before they processed that. Then Pixie Bob grinned savagely. They ruined us first, right? We're just returning the favor. It's not going to be easy, Tiger said. Muscular, of course, will be simple. The League already said that they aren't going to get in the way of that one. But Mastermind, Kurogiri, Shigaraki, even the timing of allowing All For One to return Ragdoll's quirk before killing him will be a nightmare. Not to mention actually figure out how to dig the knife. But we're a team, Ragdoll pointed out. We have always been, and we'll figure it out together. Lock on to our targets. With sparkly gaze, Mandalay began. Ragdoll gave a small smile. We've landed claw and rip. Turning out of nowhere, Tiger growled. Starlight, dangerous, cat-like, Pixie Bob said. They were wearing matching grins of determination as they reached for each other's hand. The wild, wild pussycats! And that is the end of the chapter. Ooh, finally some, I don't remember watching them fight that much. I mean, I know we had the training camp, but I was a manga reader. I didn't really watch the anime. I'm currently rewatching it, but so I don't remember them fighting much. So I think this will be interesting. And them trying to figure out how to kill All For One. That seems interesting. But yeah, this is chapter 20, I think. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next chapter, which I'm not going to name because I don't remember what it is. I really wish the downloaded PDFs would have named chapters or numbered. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.